Hey Dwellers, to stay up to date on all the latest news, reviews, openings and of course weekly programming, just click on the little guy here in the corner to subscribe and you'll get notifications when the newest content lands. Please enjoy the video. Hello guys and girls, welcome to another top 10 with me, Shadow Soul Dweller, and today I'm doing the top 10 open world games. Number 10, start off with Batman Arkham Knight. Now this is simply because A, it's cool to play as Batman, and B, when they brought out this game series they finally nailed it down properly what a Batman game should be, and just open free roaming, finding missions out there in the world like you imagine Batman would be in real life. So Arkham Knight, being the latest installment they dropped into it, was they gave you a fully open world all the way through Gotham City and all the areas surrounding it, and they made it literally so it was completely up to you how you want to go about things. You could either move from mission to mission to mission, or you could just go out and explore. You had the Batmobile as well, so you could just drive around and do whatever you wanted to, and there's a lot of things dropped out into the open world, like for example the Riddler trophies, etc., and all kinds of things you just go out and find. I think generally it's a game, it was a great open world game, it had a lot to offer, so that's why it's at number 10. Number 9, Red Dead Redemption. Now before anyone tries to shoot me for putting it at number 9 and not really high up on the list, hey, obviously this is the list with my personal opinion, and Red Dead Redemption was a great game. The only thing that killed it for me was the fact that whilst I was halfway through the game, somebody decided to tell me what the ending was, and I never actually found myself playing it properly after that, because for me, I'm really big on storyline in games, and having the ending dropped on me first was just really was a sucker punch. So it is a number 9, but it's still an amazing game. If people have somehow managed to evade that or aren't bothered by knowing what happens in it, it's a great game for you to jump onto, really. Number 8, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Now anyone that's been watching my videos lately as well will know that I've just put up a review for the new Middle-earth Shadow game, Shadow of War. The reason I'm so excited for that game is because this game, Shadow of Mordor, turned out to be such a good game. The only reason it's on 8th on my list instead of being higher up is just that the other games that come after it are ones that did capture me more and I enjoyed more playing. But Shadow of Mordor is a really solid open world game where you can explore and to run around to your heart's content, as long as you're willing to fight everything along the way. It's not very often in the game you're told you literally have to go to a specific place unless you're trying to do certain missions. So for that, it's a great open world fighting game, and there's a lot of things to do in it in reality, and the variation comes up to how you decide to play, really. Number 7, Skyrim. Well, now Skyrim is what I consider one of the ultimate open world games, hence it's on this list. It's just a proper exploring game. You can go anywhere, you can do most things. See, in the towns and that, there are laws that exist, so you got to be careful what you do there, but you can still do them if you want. Just obviously there's a price to pay. Same as out in the open world, you can do what you want, but obviously there's really powerful creatures and that out there. So again, you have to be careful what you do or where you go, or just make sure you're very well equipped for the situation at hand. But all the side missions, the main story itself is amazing in Skyrim. The open world itself has got so much to offer, all the different races, species and things to find. It's just an absolute solid game through and through and through. So that leads me on to number 6, Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Now this is something I didn't know how to take it when I first got this game, because I adore Metal Gear Solid. I've been into it since I was a kid. I was blown away when Metal Gear Solid transferred over to 3D on the PlayStation 1. Obviously that was the first one. It was a Solid game. Before that it was just Metal Gear and Metal Gear Snake. But Phantom Pain is a complete open world game where you can travel anywhere you want, however you want, do whatever you want. Missions you pick are in certain places. You're not stranded to that area either when you pick the mission. It's a truly open world game. You can spend as long as you like doing it, apart from the missions where there's hostages involved, etc. But they truly moved on to a great piece when they turned this into an open game, and because of that, it allows you to be much more of a tactician, just literally picking what weapons you want, what companion you want, what equipment you want. You can get things brought into you in the field if you're willing to pay the price for it, and it's just a really good, solid open world game. So that's why I had to stick it in the middle of this list. And number 5, GTA 5. Again, an amazing game series, always been open world. Even the very earliest incarnations of this game were open world games. They pretty much started off the open world game genre on a larger game scale. So I picked GTA 5 because there is more things to do in GTA 5. I am actually personally more of a fan of GTA 4 than 5. 5 I didn't find had the replay value that 4 did for me, but overall GTA 5 there's just everything you can do. I mean, you've got everything, not including the online mode either, just the storyline, the side stories. You can, if you want, you can just go around robbing, you can go around stealing different cars and selling them on. You can do all these little side missions for people that are like absolutely everywhere, strangers and freaks. You can go out and play golf, tennis. You know, it's almost like a life simulator at times, just in a very violent way. And number 4, Witcher 3. Now this is a hell of a game, hence it's at number 4. Basically, you play as Geralt, who's a witcher, who is basically somebody who's been mutated to have certain powers and abilities that allows them to fight demons, which they do for money. But as an open world game, it is a truly open world game. There is no restrictions to where you can go. Again, like a lot of open world games, it comes down to if you've got to be strong enough and have the right equipment to survive in a lot of places. But if you can do whatever you want. And again, there's so many good things to do on the side. There's a side quest. I mean, literally everywhere there's side quests in Witcher 3. You can also play the card game that's in it as well. You can do all sorts of little games here and there in it, but it's just, you can just go around. You can probably play that game for 50-60 hours easily without even bothering to touch the main storyline, and you'll still find loads of things to do that you can enjoy. So that definitely has to be in the list. And I'd say if you haven't played Witcher 3 yet, even if you haven't played the other ones, it gets you up to date with the game. Definitely worth going out and playing. I mean, as well, visually, absolutely stunning game through and through, which really helps with the open world. Number 3, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, this was a game that, again, I've always been an Assassin's Creed fan, but it blew me away when I got Black Flag. You've literally just got an open sea, and then you've got all the lands attached to the open sea, and you've got all these little islands, and you've got underwater wreckages as well. Just wherever you go in Black Flag, there's always something to do. I mean, it takes a hell of a long time to 100% have Black Flag. It's a massive open world, loads and loads of things to do on the sides. Some of them are side quests that you'll give them, and a lot of the stuff is things that you just happen to go around and find. And you've got treasure maps, you've got special ships to find, to loot, you've got special places where you've got to dive underwater to find things. There's just so much in this game to do. And then you've got a fantastic single player storyline sat on top of that game as well. It will just keep you going for such a long time. It's just one of the best open world games that I've ever had the privilege of playing. And number 2, the newest game on this list, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, again, Breath of the Wild is an open world game. Some people have tried arguing it, but at the end of the day, you can go anywhere you want as long as you can survive. It's better for you to unlock certain things in places before you go there, or when you get there, unlock it as soon as you can so you can survive. But Breath of the Wild is an amazing open world game. The survival element is absolutely spot on. You're affected by heat, cold, you got to make campfires, you got to find equipment, you got to eat, you can cook, you've got to go out and hunt, you've got to survive what's there, you've got to survive the demons, and then you've got a fantastic single player storyline on top of it. For anyone, if they need a reason to buy a Switch, this is the reason to buy a Switch. I mean, there's loads of good games on the Switch, but this is the reason to buy a Switch. So that had to be my number 2. I cannot emphasize enough how many great things there are to do in that game, and it's up to you what you want to do and how you want to go about it. That's the best thing. And of course, number one, Fallout 3. Now I know some people instead would pick Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was an amazing game. So much to do in it, and so much to do in it. Huge open world, and you could build your own settlements, so you could go out and explore everything else and find absolutely anything and do anything in it. But I think even though they added those bits on, Fallout 3 has the originality, and it's such a dark and dreary but so in-depth world compared to Fallout 4. It's just, Fallout 3 is a survival open world game. You basically, if you don't think fast and you don't think smart, you'll be dead. Simple as that. And there's so much to do in it, with so many characters in it as well, and locations to find. So if you have not played Fallout 3, even if you've played Fallout 4, if you haven't played Fallout 3, which you should have got with Fallout 4 as a digital download, play it. And I would challenge anybody to try and 100% that game in a week. Lots of people claim they have, but the reality is they actually haven't 100%ed it. They've just done most of the stuff they can find. To really get all the things done in this game takes you a hell of a long time, because there's just so much to do. Surviving an apocalyptic wasteland is really what Fallout 3 is about, and it's done absolutely expertly. Visually fantastic for its time. Keep in mind, it's an older game as well, but visually it's amazing. The way the weapons are done, the degradation, it's amazing. You have to survive. If you actually use the survival mode as well, which you can download as a mod for those that play it on the PC, even more so, you've got to keep making sure you drink water and that you eat and that you sleep. It's just an amazing experience playing Fallout. Storyline, there's a main storyline and there's like 100 side storylines as well. Everywhere you go there's quests to find and things to do and things to explore, whether they be marked quests or unquests. So that for me has to be the best open world game that's ever come out. Well, I'm Shadow Soul Dweller. That was my top 10 open world games. Let me know what you think in the comments box, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Stay up to date every single week what comes out. Top 10's always landing. And of course I do my looking back at previous games reviews as well. And then of course I do my news, reviews and updates for all the newest games that are coming out. Right. Well, thanks for watching guys. You guys are fantastic, and I'll see you out there.